The opening weekend of Big Ten football provided one marquee showdown and a series of predictable results elsewhere, with only two conference teams taking losses. While the defeats were not unexpected, the margins raised some eyebrows, prompting early shifts in polls and projections. 6 Big Ten programs landed in both the AP and coaches polls. Ohio State and Penn State occupied the top 2 spots in each. Oregon settled inside the top 6, Illinois sat just outside the top 10, Michigan remained mid-pack, and Indiana held down a place near the bottom. USC and Nebraska earned votes in both polls, while Iowa, Nebraska, and Washington found recognition only in the coaches' poll. The composite rankings, which merge human polls and computer models, brought little surprise beyond steep drops for UCLA and Northwestern. UCLA fell by 20 places after a home loss to Utah, while Northwestern dropped 10 spots after falling at Tulane. Purdue's victory over Ball State offered a rare positive swing, lifting them 9 positions, though still outside the top 100. Most other teams shifted only slightly, leaving the field stable but with signs of volatility to come. Bill Connolly's SP Plus ratings painted a clearer picture of momentum. Ohio State stayed firmly at the top, while Oregon surged to third after a strong debut. USC and Maryland were the biggest risers, climbing 16 and 18 places respectively, fueled by decisive wins. In contrast, UCLA, Northwestern, Rutgers, Nebraska, and Indiana all slid by double digits, with UCLA's 24th-place collapse being most dramatic. 5 of Washington's conference opponents now sit above them in SP+, including Ohio State, Oregon, and Penn State, underscoring the uphill challenge ahead. ESPN's Football Power Index added nuance by recalibrating win projections. Maryland, Purdue, and USC each improved their season outlooks by at least one full win, echoing a similar trend from last season's first week. Ohio State also inched upward, though already projected near perfection. On the downside, UCLA lost more than a win in projections, while Michigan and Northwestern slipped by smaller margins. Notably, UCLA saw its odds plummet across nearly every game on its schedule, including a 21-point swing against Washington. For Washington specifically, FPI highlighted a mixed bag. Their chances improved against Rutgers, Michigan, and especially UCLA, while dropping in matchups against Maryland and Purdue. The Maryland game now tilts narrowly against them, setting the stage for a pivotal early-season clash. Looking ahead to Week 2, most Big Ten teams enter as heavy favorites against non-conference opponents. Penn State, Ohio State, and Nebraska all carry win probabilities above 95%, while Michigan faces the stiffest test with a trip to Oklahoma. That game, like Illinois at Duke and UCLA at UNLV, shows wide variance across models, suggesting unpredictability. Michigan State's matchup with Boston College also projects as a toss-up, one of the few tight contests on the slate. 1 week is too little to define a season, but patterns are emerging. Some teams appear overrated in preseason expectations, while others are rising quickly into the national conversation. Washington, sitting in the Big Ten's middle tier, has room to climb once conference play begins. The schedule will soon demand answers, and by then, early overreactions will either be justified or forgotten.